Hi everybody, welcome to another video on the channel. In today's workout, I'm going to answer and provide an example and answer a question I get a lot from my clients. When I'm programming training sessions, particularly the volume, low intensity, longer training sessions, I'm often giving my clients a heart rate zone to be in, right? And the goal here is to stay within that zone for as long as possible. That's the win. It's not what the pace is on the machine. But at the same time, I don't want them rowing in a way that's kind of soggy, right? There needs to be ratio, drive and then relaxation and ratio on the way forward. Really, ratio is drive and recovery. It's not just created on the recovery. And so my upper range UT1, UT2 borderline is about 128. So in this 3 by 10 minute workout that we're going to do with 2 minutes rest, I'm going to deliberately try to get to that 128, and we'll show you what I would do in terms of bringing the rate down but maintaining good rowing, so that we're still enforcing good rowing habits and not just going really lightly and through the motions to try to bring the heart rate down. I think we want to try to balance those things as we row. We certainly want to, work towards staying in within heart rate zones, but we don't want to. We don't want the rowing to get bad just because we're so fixed on staying in the right heart rate zone. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. In the top right hand corner, we've got erg data, which I'm wearing a heart rate monitor, so you're going to see my heart rate on the screen. This is erg data. It's a very nice update, does some things very well. I've synced it with the PM5, so I'm going to assume, but you'll be able to see that in the top left. So you'll be able to see what my heart rate's doing when I'm doing specific things, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set this up for constant intervals. So if you want to follow along with me or pause the video, I'm going to set the time to be 10 minutes and 0 seconds. There we go. And the rest time is going to be 2 minutes. Okay, so this is going to take us about 36 minutes to do, assuming you've stretched and warmed up a little bit, but for the sake of the length of the video, we're not going to do that warm up. We'll just kind of warm up into it, so to speak. And then I'm going to say I'm ready, and it's going to send that to that. I'm going to change the screen here so that I've got my heart rate here in the bottom right. What I might do here is, let's see, can I put heart rate there? No, I can't. So I'm going to put heart rate there in the top right hand corner. Let's go crazy on the heart rate. Let's go over everything on the right. I know that's not too big. I love the fact that you can configure your readout the way that you want it to read. So 60 is about right, my resting heart rate. We're going to do 3 10-minute pieces, and generally we're going to try to aim to be in that UT2 zone, right? So the rate on this is going to be 16 to 18. I think you can usually, it's reasonable to steady state in the UT2 zone 16 to 18. When you start prescribing UT1, then 20 to 22 is possible. I think it's very hard to row well at the 24 strokes per minute and still be in UT2. Like if you're rowing well, that should be very hard to do. And so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself strapped in. And what I might do on this video, is cut out the segment where I'm afterwards showing the 2 or 3 minutes where I'm controlling the heart rate and what I'm doing with the stroke mechanics and the ratio and the pressure to kind of simulate that. But we'll get going here. I'm on 4 on my damper. We'll see what the drag factor is there. I'm not too high on the drag factor. You don't want it too high on the steady state workouts and things like that. So we're going to roll into this, and in 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm at 18 strokes a minute, and off we go. Rowing long. Yeah, we're just warming up into it. Good. So, my UT2 zone is about 110 to 128. I'm going to try and work in that zone as much as possible. There we go. Keep going. Okay, just turning my watch off so that. All right, 100. All right. See, I'm 2 minutes in. There we go. And so, what I'm aiming for here is solid drive. Relaxation on the recovery. Sitting up. But even though I'm steady stating, working for a solid drive, things staying solid through the drive. That's it. Starting to get into that UT2 zone. Relaxed and long. Engaged from fingers to toes. Good. So here I am. I'm going to bring the rate up a little bit here. My point is that I'm at an 18. Still in UT2. And I'm rowing well. Accelerating through. Now well into that UT2. Just able to hold a conversation. Hope you're having fun. Good, 116. Long, relax between the strokes, and flow. $18. Now, I know I'm at an 18. My heart rate tends to be on the low side. So, if your heart rate is higher than mine, which it might be, and you want to lower it, then drop the rate. Dropping the weight, a little bit more time. I went to 14. Here we go. And in a minute, here we go. That's it. Don't call me a liar, but drop. We dropped it by 1. Still good rowing. What I'm doing is taking time. There we go. So what I've done is, we're up again because I'm talking. Here we go. Yeah, relax. There we go. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing, right? I'm not just doing this, right? Okay, I'm going really light, right? I'm going really light, right? I mean, that's gonna drop the heart rate, but the point is, the rowing and the ratio is really going out the window. And we want a steady state well. All right, so, there's the solid stroke. And now we'll raise it back up again. But you can control that slide, still maintaining a nice solid drive. Yeah, I'm down at 15. Yeah, 16 is really your sweet spot for your UT2. And see, now I'm rowing well. And that's our stop, that's our interval. Okay? So, you know, that first 10-minute interval, we're trying to get into that UT2 zone quickly. But what I'm also doing is watching that heart rate and mitigating I'm not compromising the rowing ratio, but I am getting some control over bringing that rate, over bringing that heart rate down. It doesn't come down very quickly. Obviously, if you, like you saw, if I let all the rowing go out the window, now the heart rate drops, right? But you have to kind of balance it, right? I mean, you can do what you want, but I don't want my clients sort of reinforcing sort of soggy rowing where it's mushy through the drive and, you know, we do whatever we do on the recovery. I still want that acceleration. Just if you have to bring the heart rate down, just back off on the recovery a little bit. Take it down 2 or 3 beats, and you're going to stay within zone, and you're going to be rowing well at the same time as the goal, which is to stay within the heart rate zone. That's the win, right? That's the win, not, you know, you can cover up the pace, right? But I still want you to row well in that low rate stuff. So now we're up at 93. I'll probably get into the zone quicker because it's interval number 2. We got 2 more of these. We're taking 2 minutes of rest. We're rowing somewhere between 14 to 18 here. So we've got some control. We got 8 seconds. So we're gonna go again. And this time I might go into the 120s. Here we go. Let's start by rating a bit higher. So, I'm up at 20. Sit, pulling 203s at 20. Good. Yeah. In about a minute or so, so if we say that 128 is the UT2 max, let's just say it for the purpose of the video. And I want to sit in that zone. Good. So see what happens when you drive it up to a 20. If you're rowing right, you can really eat up that UT2 bandwidth. $124. That's why I say around about 2022, you're starting the UT1 solidly. And I'm almost there. So, my coach has told me to stay within below 128. So, how do I do it? Well, simply More time here. Drop the rate. Still row solid. There we go, 125. But my point is, the rowing is still solid. Recovery. There, now I'm sitting. Yeah, relax. There it is, 125. The rowing's still good. Solid. But I've kept in that zone by just giving myself a little bit more time and there I am, right? Rock solid 125. Of course it changes. And this, for my zone, not necessarily yours, is what we want at UT2. I'm not soft here. I'm still getting torque on, but I take more time. And the benefit of the 2-minute rest, which you could make 90 seconds, that will be fine, is to kind of combat that cardiac drift. But I'm worried about, not worried, but I'm concerned my focus is still good rowing. But I've got enough time on that slide I'm rowing well and winning because I'm in the zone. Three minutes. Now, the workout today is 3 by 10 minutes. Okay? I'm recording this for YouTube, but for those of you that are moved along, this could be 4 by 10. Could be 5 by 10. Could be 6 by 10. Scale the workout wherever you are. So 126 because I went up to an 18, so I drop. More patience. Yeah. It's going to get harder as the workout goes on, but we don't get into sloppy rowing. One 125, 126, just inside that UT2 man. That's it. I'm not gonna power it out for the last minute because the win is to stay within the zone. Yeah. Form is solid. Okay, go easy, Neil. And that's, you know, you can see the heart rate start to raise towards the end. There's certainly in competitive people like myself, there is this tendency to, oh, I gotta go harder in the last minute, right? And you saw it happen. Just have that self-awareness that, okay, if I'm feeling like I gotta go for it here, just know that that might be unconscious and be there. As you saw it happen, right? I started to creep up to 127, and I wasn't thinking about it. It was just my natural, like, gotta go hard, right? And the mistake that a lot of people make is that they feel like they have to go hard every day. And I've said it before on the channel, I used to steady state for an hour at 148 in college because I could, but what was happening was just a low grade anaerobic threshold workout, which was not what I wanted to do biochemically. It wasn't helping my 2K improve. So it wasn't until senior year I'm like, okay, these other guys are going slower than me on the steady state, yet they're going as fast as me on the 2K. I need to switch up what I'm doing. The other part of this, with 30 seconds to go, we're about ready to go, is when you get to the varsity level, you're gonna realize that there's really no such thing really as quarter pressure or half pressure. You're pretty much on 3/4 pressure all the time. Like if you're a good 8, those good steady state 8s, they just boom, and then time, right? That's what it looks like. And that's what we're trying to simulate here, but being aware of what the heart rate is doing. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, last one, and go. Right into it. Yeah, from stroke number 1. Thank you for joining the workout today. So I'm not jacking the rate up here to 20. Like, and here's the thing. I'm at 115. That is in my UT2 zone. I am working hard enough. Now you've got to do a lot of this, but it's enough. Then the other thing is, let's say tomorrow is an intervals day. I've laid the base for that and subsequent or previous days. And I'm not going to be dead for that interval work where I do really need to go hard on it. There we go. So, getting there now. This is hard enough for me. Now, as the workout goes on, it's kind of harder to hold the rate down. Oh, excuse me, the heart rate down. That's okay. Accelerate time. Solid stroke time. Time and float. Good. $124. All right, 125. Now time, drop. There we go. There it is, under control again. Still rowing well. $17. Length, rhythm. I'm a 126, drop. Drop the rate. Control. There we go. $125. Right on the nose. Still rowing with ratio. Solid. Good strokes, right? Intentional mileage. Drop. time. Send, time. Yeah. Stay long. Stay solid. 125. Free to go. Well done if you've made it this far. Sit, control, float. Swing, flow. Okay. Drop the rate again. There's my unconscious kicking in. Still getting faster here. This is still good training. We are not going too soft. Slow it down. Yeah. Letting it run. Go easy, Neil. There we go. Still rowing solid. Good long ratio. Sting and float. Sting, float. Sting, float. Great. Okay, so that was fun. As I said, for the purposes of keeping the video to a certain run time, 3x10 with 2 minutes rest is good. You can add on more as you go, but that's a good 40-minute type workout, particularly if you're busy. I feel worked out. I stayed below 128 for pretty much the whole thing. What I didn't do was compromise the drive to stay within the heart rate zone, right? And I think, you know, other coaches may disagree, but if you're working with me, I would much prefer bring the rate down, keep the send on, keep the length, rather than just try to go really light. Like, because there's also an element of control in that, right? If you're controlling yourself, if you can control what's going on in terms of more time on the slide, you know, keeping that ratio, there's a lesson in that as well in terms of learning technical control, as much as anything else. So Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated with you. I just hear questions from my clients and I wonder who else out there has similar questions, and try to answer those questions with as much value as possible. So that's it from me. It's hot here in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June. Hope you guys are staying cool in the summer, and maybe it is the winter wherever you are if you're in Australia. But enjoyed spending time with you. We'll try and put out a bit more content, but probably in July. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Always a pleasure.